Hey there, welcome back to the shed. So tonight, we're going to be doing something kind of fun. I got a package from Aliexpress. We're going to open it up and take a look and see what it is. So bear with me for just a minute. Alright, so here's the deal. I use a fountain pen in my everyday life. I actually really enjoy using a fountain pen. But I'm also really cheap. So what I tend to do is I tend to buy cheap fountain pens from Aliexpress. I've had a handful of ones from a company called Jinhao. I honestly can't pronounce the names of them, but I know that I tend to wind up going through them. This one I've been using for, I want to say, about maybe 6 months now, and you can see, it's got some wear and tear. I mean, there are some people who use fountain pens who are like afraid to use fountain pens, but this one here is a platinum placier, and so what I like about fountain pens is the whole idea of being able to refill and reuse your ink. So here's an example of me writing with this fountain pen here. So you can see, it does the trick. It writes. One thing I do find with this particular fountain pen that does kind of annoy me is because I'll see if I can get the camera to focus on this. So because the threads of the barrel are made from plastic, even though this part is aluminum, because this is plastic, I wind up stripping some of these threads. And I carry it in my pocket, and so like in my shirt pocket, and it winds up falling out of my, I quite often will find it clipped on the edge of my pocket, but then this part has worked its way loose in my shirt pocket, and it's loose in my pocket. So that is one thing that I do kind of feel a little annoyed about this particular pen after having used it for a while. Something that I do find with quite a few fountain pens that I've had over the years from AliExpress is that quite often they don't seal the cap very well, and the ink dries up really quickly. Now I have been using this bottle of mystery Chinese black ink for probably, I want to say, a good 6 or 7 years now. Still got plenty left, but it is getting low. So what I tend to do is I got these little syringe things. So I dip these into the pot, fill my converter, and then away I go. So I'm telling you all of this because I want to show you what I got in the mail today. So this is something really, really cool. You know what? I'm going to pause. I'm going to go look up how much I paid for this. Give me a second. Okay, so I just looked it up. I paid $33 Canadian, including shipping, for what's in this package. And the listing on AliExpress made it look really cool. So right off the bat, I am impressed with having a full bubble wrap mailer, and I can feel that the box doesn't seem to have any, bent corners or anything. And ooh, this is really neat. So we have a gift bag, and we have a box that's shrink wrapped and actually all in one piece. So this is the Baoke, I'm not pronouncing that right, baokepen.com. So let's check this out and see what we got. So I did pay for this myself, my own money. I am not sponsored in any way or anything fun like that. to the side. So we got a nice little sleeve that comes out here. This is actually, for 33 bucks, I'm quite impressed already. Okay, so we've got a silica gel packet. We have a bottle of Baoke black ink. Really cool. There have been a few times over the years where I've ordered ink from Aliexpress and had it cracked or broken in shipment, so all in one piece. I'm quite impressed. And then we have a little box with, looks like, half a dozen cartridges. That's really cool. We've got some Chinese writing on the box. I'll have to run that through like a Google Translate later. I'm sure it basically says, you know, fun time black ink pen kind of thing. And this here is the star of the show. So this is the Baoke PM184. And yeah, they've got this little like plastic tag on the clip of the pen. That's really neat. So let's see here, does it pop off? Yep, so it pops off. Oh, there's a bit of resistance to that. Like, here, I'll see if you can hear this. Like, there's a good bit of resistance on that. A good sounding snap. And then when I undo the barrel, okay, so this looks to me to be made from aluminum or maybe plastic. No, you know, that's plastic. That's a plastic barrel. But I think it has aluminum on the ends where the threads are and on the cap here. Or maybe it's just shiny plastic. This here, this is definitely plastic. But our converter has got a little spring inside of it. I guess it's like a nice international converter. And I can see that there's a pretty good, like it even has the branding on there too, which is really neat. So this looks like, so I don't know if you can read that, but it says iridium point M, so it's a medium nib iridium metal. So in theory this should, you know, write really nicely. So let's get to business here. So our glass bottle has a plastic top. Good solid tight seal on that. And let's draw it up through our feed this way. Okay, got a bit of an air bubble in there, so let me try and do that again. Do this a couple times here. Okay. Oh, looks like I was a little too deep in the pot there. I got ink on the side of the grip. I wipe this down with a napkin here. Okay. And then hey, that looks pretty good. So I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but so up here you can see the one from that platinum placer that I was using, and then this is from this new the Baoke pen. That's not too bad. And the ink, like, it's flowing really nicely. Now, mind you, it's very freshly got ink in it, so of course it's going to write really smoothly right now. My real test is going to be to see what this is like after I carry it in my pocket for a couple of weeks. See if it comes apart in my pocket at all, or if it dries up or anything. Because I really hate, like, I actually carry my fountain pens as like a everyday writing pen. Like anytime I have a to-do list or grocery list, this is what I pull out. I'm not hard on my pens in that I'm not a gorilla, but I am like constantly jingling with my keys. So I'm quite impressed so far. What I'm also really excited about with this is this presentation with this gift box and everything that you get in here, because I do farmers markets and I'm always kind of thinking, what if I was to sell something more than just a leather coaster? And at $30 a piece, $33 a piece, if I go and I add like a small markup percentage on this at a sale and I sell this for say $40, I would not feel bad at all about charging somebody $40 for this, provided that it's going to hold up to me playing with it for a while. So watch the channel. I'm going to do another video in probably another month or so to see what this is like to live with for a month. But yeah, this is quite the set, because it gives you a full pot of ink. It gives you the little mini cartridges to see what it's going to be like if you want to use it or not. Like, it takes a bit of effort to get to take the cap off, and it seems to write really well, very clear, very smooth. I think I may have found a new favorite pen. So let's take this one out of my pocket, put this one in, and I shall see you later.